Let me tell you something right now. The energy that's coming through for this reading is not quiet. It is not soft. It is not calm. There is a storm circling around your love life, and it didn't start with you. It started the moment somebody watched you walk into a room and light it up without even trying. And someone else saw that. Someone who thought they still had a claim. Someone who thought they still mattered. And what they're witnessing right now is breaking something open inside of them that they were not prepared for. So if you've been feeling a shift lately, like something in the air changed, like there's an invisible tension you can't quite name, this reading is for you. Sit with me. Because what I'm about to pull through is going to make a lot of things click. Okay, so the first thing I'm feeling immediately, and this is strong, this hit me before I even settled into this energy, is that there is a third party watching. And I don't mean casually. I mean obsessively. I mean this person has been paying attention to every single interaction between you and someone close to you, and they don't like what they're seeing. Not because anything inappropriate is happening, but because of the way you make this person feel. The way you bring something out of them. There's a lightness. There's a joy. There's a comfort that this third party, this ex, never managed to create, and they know it. And that knowing is eating them alive right now. I want you to understand something about the energy around the person you're currently connected to, or growing close to. They feel different around you. And I mean that on a soul level. It's like when you walk in, or when you're present, or even when you text them, something in their energy softens. Something in them exhales. And people around them notice. People who know them are noticing that this person is different lately. Happier. More alive. More like themselves. And the ex is noticing too. The ex has been watching this change happen in real time, and they are not handling it well. What I'm picking up from the ex's energy, because it is coming through loud and I don't want to sugarcoat it, is a mixture of ego, regret, and desperation. And that's a dangerous combination. This is not somebody who left the situation peacefully and moved on with grace. This is somebody who assumed that if they ever wanted to return, the door would still be open. They assumed that this person you're connected to would be in a certain emotional place, maybe still hurting, maybe still waiting, maybe still available in that broken way that people sometimes stay available for their exes. But that's not what they found when they came back looking. What they found was someone who had moved forward. What they found was you. And that completely shattered the story they had been telling themselves. Because here's what's also coming through, and I feel this so clearly. The ex is not just upset that someone new is in the picture. They're upset because of who you are. There's something about your presence, your energy, your personality that this ex is having to reckon with. You're not what they expected. You're not someone they can easily dismiss or write off. You have a depth to you, a realness, a kind of magnetic quality that is hard to ignore even from a distance. And when you combine that with how visibly happy the person they used to be with has become, it creates this explosive internal reaction in the ex that is starting to leak out into behavior. Some of you are already feeling the ripples of this. Maybe there have been random check-ins from the ex toward this person you're close to. Maybe there have been cryptic social media moves. Maybe there's been some kind of conversation where the ex showed up emotionally and tried to reopen something that had closed. I'm getting that this isn't subtle anymore. The chaos the title is speaking about, it's either already here or it is right on the edge of arriving. And the person you're connected to is caught in the middle of it in a way that they're also navigating in real time. Now I want to speak to what's happening between you and this person directly, because this is where the real message is, and I need you to hear this. What you two have built, or what is building between you, is not small. What I'm feeling from the energy of your connection is something that has a real foundation to it. This isn't surface level. This isn't just chemistry, although the chemistry is clearly there and it is undeniable. This is something that goes deeper. There's a mutual understanding between you two that feels almost like you get each other in ways that don't need much explanation. And that kind of connection is rare. It's the kind of thing that someone on the outside looking in can sense even if they don't understand it, and that's exactly what the ex is sensing and reacting to. The person you're connected to, I feel them being pulled in this moment between two very different directions. On one side, there's the history. The familiarity of what they had before, even if it wasn't good, even if it wasn't right. Because sometimes people know something wasn't for them and still feel the gravitational pull of the familiar. And on the other side, there's you. There's this new feeling. This lighter, warmer, more expansive feeling that being around you gives them. And what's coming through in the energy is that they know the difference. Deep down, in the part of them that's honest with themselves, they know which direction feels like truth and which one feels like going backwards. But I do want to be transparent with you because the energy is asking me to be. There may be a moment of wavering. There may be a conversation, or a moment of contact with the ex, that creates some confusion or instability in what you two have been building. This doesn't mean it's over. This doesn't mean you lose. But I want to prepare you because the energy is showing me that before things settle into something solid between you two, there's going to be a test. And the test is essentially this: is what you two have real enough to withstand outside interference? And what I'm being shown is yes. But it requires you to hold your ground in a very specific way. Let me tell you what I mean. Because this is the part of the reading that I feel is most important for you personally. Your role in all of this is not to fight for this person's attention. Your role is not to compete with the ex or to match whatever energy that chaos is bringing. The energy around you is telling me that your greatest power in this situation is in your stillness. In your confidence. In the way you already show up as someone who knows their worth and doesn't scramble for validation. That energy is exactly what drew this person to you in the first place. That energy is exactly what the ex cannot replicate. And if you stay in that, if you don't shrink or panic or start acting out of fear, you win this without even trying. Something is also coming through about the way this person looks at you when they think you don't notice. Because I keep feeling this image, this person watching you, and there's warmth in their eyes that they haven't fully said out loud yet. There's something they've been wanting to express that keeps getting interrupted or postponed, either by their own nervousness or by outside circumstances, including this situation with the ex. But those feelings are real. They're not confused. They're not up for debate. The confusion in this situation belongs to the chaos the ex is creating, not to the connection itself. I also want to say this for those of you who have been questioning whether you're imagining things. Whether you're reading into something that isn't there. Whether maybe the closeness you feel with this person is one-sided. I need you to hear me clearly right now. You are not imagining it. What you feel between you two is felt on both sides. You are not projecting. You are not making it up. The energy is absolutely mutual, and the fact that an ex is showing up and trying to reclaim this person is actually one of the biggest confirmations you could receive that this connection is real. People don't fight to reclaim something that was never worth having. The ex's chaos is, in a strange way, proof that what you have is significant. Now let's talk about the ex for a moment longer because there's more coming through here that some of you need to hear. This person, the ex, they're operating from a place of loss right now. Not love. Loss. There's a difference. What they're feeling isn't a genuine realization that this person is their soulmate or that they made a terrible mistake and want to do the work to repair it. What they're feeling is the panic of watching something they took for granted become unavailable. It's ego. It's the part of them that says, wait, that belongs to me and someone else shouldn't have it. And I want you to be very careful not to confuse that kind of reaching with something pure or sincere. Because if this person you're connected to gets pulled back in by that energy, what waits for them there is not healing and it is not growth. What waits for them there is the same pattern that already didn't work. Some of you might be watching this and you're actually the one in the middle, meaning you're the person in this connection who's being pulled on by an ex while also feeling something real forming with someone new. If that's you, the message for you is this. Your happiness is not something you owe anyone from your past. The guilt you may be feeling, the obligation, that's not love. That's conditioning. And the person in your life right now who makes you feel that ease, that joy, that comfort, they showed up at this exact time for a reason. Don't let fear of the past rob you of what the present is offering you. I keep feeling this theme of worthiness running through this whole reading. Like somewhere underneath all of this chaos, the deeper question being asked is, do I deserve this? Do I deserve someone who actually makes me happy? Do I deserve a connection that doesn't feel like work and pain and confusion all the time? And the answer coming through from the energy is a resounding yes. But I also feel that some of you have been so accustomed to love being complicated and hard that when something real and peaceful and genuinely good shows up, it almost feels suspicious. It almost feels too easy. And so when the chaos arrives from outside, there's a small part of you that might subconsciously recognize it, even feel comfortable in it, because drama is what you've known. But I want to challenge that right now. Peace is not a red flag. Ease is not a warning sign. Someone who makes you feel at home in yourself and brings out your joy is not too good to be true. That's just what the right connection actually feels like. And this reading is confirming that. Let me move a little deeper into the energy because there's something else I'm picking up, and it's specifically about the near future. What I'm seeing is that this situation, the chaos, the X energy, the tension, it comes to a head. There is a moment coming where things are going to be made very clear. And I feel it being initiated by the person in the middle of all of this. There's a decision point approaching. A moment where they have to look at everything in front of them and choose consciously. And what I'm feeling is that they choose you. Or more specifically, they choose the version of themselves that exists when they're around you. And after that decision, after that moment of clarity, I feel the energy around this whole situation shifting dramatically. The chaos quiets. The ex steps back, not necessarily gracefully, but they step back. And what's left is the two of you and something that now has room to actually grow. I'm also getting that this development, whatever it looks like for you specifically, it happens in a way that feels sudden. Like something that's been building quietly and then all at once the energy shifts and you find yourself in a new chapter before you fully realized you were ready for it. There's also a message coming through about communication. For some of you, there's a conversation that hasn't happened yet that is overdue. Something that needs to be said between you and this person, something honest, something vulnerable, that both of you have been dancing around. I feel like after the chaos of the X situation starts to resolve, this conversation happens. And it opens something up. It removes a barrier that's been sitting between you two. And what comes after that conversation is intimacy, real intimacy. The kind that builds something lasting. One more thing before I close this out because it came in strongly and I don't want to leave it out. Your ancestors, your guides, whatever you believe in, they are not passive in this situation. I feel so much spiritual support around you in this moment. Like there are forces working in the background of this situation that you can't see but that are absolutely real. Doors being closed that needed to close. Things being arranged that you haven't asked for but that are coming anyway. The right words landing in the right moments. The right realizations happening in the heart of the person you're connected to at the exact right time. This is not a situation that is out of your hands. It is, in many ways, already written. The outcome that your spirit has been reaching toward, it's not lost. It is very much still in motion. So wherever you are in this right now, whether you're feeling hopeful, whether you're feeling anxious, whether you're scared of getting hurt again or scared of trusting what's in front of you, I want you to sit for a moment and breathe into this. You are not in competition with anyone. You were never meant to be. What is meant for you will not be taken by chaos. It will not be derailed by an ex's panic or by temporary confusion. What is meant for you has your name on it, and it is coming to find you with or without the drama. The storm that someone else started is going to pass. And when it does, what you're left with is going to be something you're grateful for. So trust the process right now, even when it's messy. Especially when it's messy. Because sometimes the most beautiful things get forged in exactly this kind of fire. Thank you so much for being here for this reading. If this landed for you, if you felt it in your chest or in your gut or in that quiet place that already knew the truth, drop it in the comments. I want to know. And I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves.